Good morning and sliding into afternoon. Judy Allen here, San Antonio, Texas. And today we're going to wrap up we finished this last week, but this casing opportunity came and I thought, wow, what a great way to end this holiday season of crafting here live and doing something a little different and showing something. So today we're doing depth with color, right? And it's quick and simple. All we're using is paper, right? Instead of using blender pencils or blender pens and so forth, we're going to use cardstock. So I actually cased this from, let's see if I get the name of who I cased this from. Let's see. It is Stamping with BAE, I guess Bay. Anyway, that's who I'm casing today. They did this really cute card about a week ago, and I thought, wow, let's just do it because I was finished with this series, but it looks so pretty, and it was done with color, and I'm going to show you how easy that is. So let's go down the hands and let's do it. I don't know about you, but I've got 6 more Christmas cards today that will go out in the mail to finish, and I have done my Christmas cards, so I get to move to Christmas shopping. So there you go. So this is what we're going to make, and I'm going to show you the difference. We're going to even alter another color on this here for depth, right? Just picking on the pretty paper. These are the ones that we've already done, and some people are getting this as a Christmas card. This is like one of my favorite right now. I just like it. I just love the aurora lights and just tying it all together for it. So I actually posted it out there. You can see it, and it's just using different colors there. So let's put this here, and this is what we're going to make right here. So I actually brought some things to change out color. So I actually brought this as an alternative, so you have to let me know if you like the blue better. So this is what you need to let me know. Should I use the blue, or should I just leave it white? So actually when they sit there, based I could tell from their picture, it looked like they used blue, but they really didn't say, right? It's like they said what they did, but they didn't tell you what the color was. So I gave it my educated guess and what I thought I would like. So this is what I did here, and we're going to do this one just a little bit differently. So I'm going to put the bling aside. So all this stuff is pretty much on last chance. I'm not sure about the dots. I do know that the stamp set is. I didn't see where the actual die set was, but definitely the stamp set is. All right, so let's do it. We're going to build this one just a little bit different than I did the first one so we can see the difference. Get my bone folder here to get this right here. All right, so it's just about setting everything up and getting this. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. So I didn't change any dimensions, I just changed colors, that's all I did. And I changed the sizes too. So I'm going to show you that and see what you think of that too in difference. So our base though is just actually putting this down. I don't know about you, but yeah, I feel like 1,001 things to do, right? So I don't know if you got all your Christmas stuff up and going yet, but I do not. All right, so this is cut to 3 by 5, 3 3/4 by 5, 3 3/4. It is beautiful paper on back. See how pretty that is? But we're going to use the front side. So you just sort of have to decide which way you want things to go. So in their picture, it looked like they did it like this. So actually, I used it. So when I did mine, I actually had done a different design. You can see the different. It's just how the paper is, right? See how pretty it is. So the aurora, the lights of the northern lights there were different than it was here. So I'm gonna do this here. Now the thing is, I've actually sort of shortened some of this, and I'll show you what I mean. All right. So if you see this here, and I want to do a comparison, I actually sized this down just a 1/4 of an inch. So you have to let me know what you think. This one is about the same. I didn't measure it, but I'm not worried about this, okay? So if it's too high or too long, just cut the bottom off, right? It's the top we're worried about. But see how it would look if it was done in blue? So this is actually the Azure Afternoon, I'm thinking here. But you can see the difference if I use this instead of the white. So you have to tell me what you prefer, what you like best. And then as I'm showing you this too, let me show you the difference between what I did here. So as I went back the second round and I did this, if you put this laid down, see how it's going to be taller than what I have on here on the original one? And I did. I wanted it a little bit higher, and you can see that also this is just black paper. And again, it's just a little bit taller. So again, let me know what you think, because if you don't like it, now's the time. So this is how it's going to look. It's going to look like this right here. And I'm just going to layer this on top. So see how the trees, just because we did it in two different colors, it gives it the depth. So instead of using ink or blender pens or anything like that, we're just creating our depth with paper and just changing out the colors, right? And then I had this one here. So these are the two things I need to know. I think I'm good with the height. Question is, do you think the snow should be blue? Or do you think we should go with the white? And you know, it's one of those things too, with the white, that if you ever want to add some color to it or wherever you could, right? So I did want this to at least come up just a little bit like that, right? So if I did that, then I'd have to cut off a smidgen down here at the bottom. If I left the blue here, which I was leaning toward the blue just so I had a different one that looked different, okay? So you just have to let me know. If I don't see anything, then I'm just going to forge ahead, right? Okay. So let me at least get these down. And I just did the bottom, right? You can do the sides of the bottom. I didn't worry about the trees themselves because, right, it's 3D. You can fluff them up if you want to. Make them poke out a little. And that works very nicely, right? Just have to be careful because some of them are thin. Some of them are thin. So I'm just going to line this up right down here at the bottom of my DSP here, which again was 3 3/4 by 5. All right, we're going to do the same thing here. Okay. So I did make sure to line this up right, because these are definitely die cut with the same die, right? If you go back to the last couple of weeks when I was showing you this, the die doesn't cut through on the bottom, it just does it on top. So you adjust the height by adjusting the height of whatever paper you're going to cut. And see, this way, I'm going to do this. See, so if I wanted to take my bone folder and I wanted to do anything, I can, right? I can do anything I want. Paper will bend. You're just going to have to be gentle, right, on some of the stuff that's really sort of thin. So it just depends on what you want, right? If I was standing this up, I knew this was going to stand up, I would definitely fluff out these trees for the whole 3D effect. But I didn't do the bottom or anything else, but I can still do this any way I want, right? Because I still got that flexibility. Okay, let's see. I'm not seeing anything, so let me just go ahead with what I was going to originally do. I was going to do this blue. Now, I didn't do the white to see how the white would look on the blue. Yeah, I'm not really necessarily liking that too much. But you could, I guess, if you wanted the depth on the snow. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I wanted to do it different than the other one because I can. I'm just going to lightly put this here. I don't know about you, but everybody I've talked to has been crazy busy, right? Okay, we're just going to put this right here. And then I'm just going to stamp a sentiment. So you can see the difference, right? If I change it out, this almost looks like daytime, right? And this one looks like nighttime with a darker color like that and everything and all. So I think they each have their own use, right? Okay, let me get my stamp here. And this is how easy it is, right? I've already die cut it. It's just layering. So layering is going to give it all the different looks. And you see we just changed out some things there. We changed out some height. Now they did thank you, so I went ahead and did thank you here, and I'm going to actually just sort of cut off the tab here at the end is what I'm going to do. We'll clean that in a moment. We'll get this closed though. So yes, I don't know about you, but I've been making cards, right? Because even though I make a lot of cards, I didn't have enough cards. So I'm just going to trim this off, and I'm not going to even use my scissors. I'm just going to use this right here. So I just want a nice straight edge. That's all I want. And I just want it to sort of look about an even space, right? And I'm just going to put this up on dimensionals. But this is just beautiful paper. So the paper isn't on Last Chance, so it makes you wonder what's going to be going on Last Chance and what we might get to keep. I'm hoping we get to keep this. This is real pretty. This has really grown on me, this paper. Let's put our dimensionals on here, and we'll put the inside in it, and we've got our card, right? And that's how easy this is. I love the fact of using colors to do the contrasting. I'm just going to put it right here. And I'm just going to line it right up there. So I just sort of got everything like right here. All right, see how this looks? And all we need is some bling. I got my bling right here. Now this one I used the purple, but you can see, let me show you. See, really the difference is when you look at the different colors in the light there, you can see that they all really sort of blend in really nice, right? It's just a matter of what you want. So I'm going to use some of the clear here. I haven't used much of them, as you can see. I haven't used the pink either. Let's see how the pink looks. It's not really pink. I guess it's really more of a... Okay, I'm going to pass. I'm going to go with the clear. All right. So I did. I put like 7 of these on here just because I had the space, right? I just want the crystal look of the snow. I gotta say one thing that, right, it's sort of nice at this time of the year when you do have snow. It's not like a winter wonderland. That is not happening here in San Antonio, Texas. But it's still nice to think of, right? Oh, I dropped that. All right, I'm just gonna put this one down in here. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, got an odd number. And there you go. We could just have a nice, fun card. So here was the sample I made. So if you want to know the measurements, I can show you the difference here. Let me get my ruler. So from the height to this one right here, that is about 1 1/4 inch, and the height from this one down here is a little bit less than, well, it's actually, what's that, half? It's not even a half. So it's like 1/4. Yeah, maybe a little bit more than 1/4. This one was exactly about 1 1/4. So this one's just a smidgen difference, right? So where you really see the difference is the height down here, because you can change it, and this over here. So you see I really got the height difference over here than I do over here. But the trees, I lifted the trees up. As you can see, the trees are a little bit higher, and that's because I actually lifted it up just a little bit, right? So it just gets a little bit of difference and so forth, and I changed the blue to the white. So there you go, I changed the sentiment. So that's how easy it is to make a quick and easy card, right? And I cased it, so I didn't have to go write the tutorial or anything. I just went and saw something that they created, and I went to recreate it because I just thought it was beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed that, right? Because it's all about creating, sharing, and giving. And if you're at the nth hour now trying to get your Christmas cards going, or finishing up, go get your scraps that you had left over from all your projects. I know for me, I have some extra Christmas trees left over. I had some doves left over, and I had some pretty paper left over, right? So you can use all those things and go make your cards and get your Christmas cards finished, all right? Or thank you cards are a good thing to start on right now as well, too, knowing that Christmas is next week. So with that, have a very Merry Christmas. I'm not sure that I'll be here on live next week because next week is Christmas Eve, and I'm sure I'll be cooking. So if I am out there, it'll be most likely just a jump on, jump off to say hello, or I might show you something I've created. But other than that, I look forward to seeing you next year, all right? With that, be blessed. Have an amazing holiday season. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.